So, we have done the Western Conference All-Star Reserve in my book, and now we do the Eastern Conference All-Stars Reserves in my book. Let's start with the complete lock that is just... I mean, we all know who's gonna be the first reserve. It's Joel Embiid. He is probably one of the MVP favorites. Well, not probably. To me, he is the MVP as of right now, but we'll have to wait and see how it goes until the end of the season. He's averaging 34, 10, and 4 on 53.5% shooting, 36% from the three-point line, almost 86% from the free throw line. He's been nothing short of spectacular. He's also phenomenal on defense. His stats are impeccable, and it's just, I mean, what is there to laugh? What is there to talk about here? He's having career highs in almost everything except in three-point shooting, and it's just no-brainer here, right? And it's just a no-brainer. He is gonna be in the MVP convo unless he gets like hurt, right? We all know he's gonna miss some games due to injuries, but unless he gets really hurt, he's gonna be there till the end of the season, and he has a good chance of winning the MVP this season. Next up, we have Jaylen Brown. He's the second best player on the best team in the league. He's averaging career highs in points, rebounds, and field goal percentage. He's shooting 49% from the field. Even though his three-point percentage has gone down, he's still taking better shots overall, I would say. And he's been just simply spectacular on both sides of the ball and has stepped up massively for this Boston Celtics team, being the perfect second guy. And on some nights, he's the best player on their court, even though Jason Tatum is the better player. He has that clutch gene, in my honest opinion, or however you want to call it. He is a really good clutch player overall. Of course, he had those two free throw misses just not that far ago, but otherwise, to me, he's Mamba mentality more than Jason Tatum, in my honest opinion, and I'm happy to see him in the All-Star game because he's gonna be there 100%, and he deserves it 100%. Next, we go to the Beyblade, the Orange Julius, the Don Julio, Julius Randle. And he's averaging 25, 11, and 4 on a really solid Knicks team. He's shooting 46% from the field, 34% from the three-point line, 75% from the free throw line. The shooting percentage isn't great, but what he's doing on the court is, what matters. He's played every game, I think, and he's been spectacular for this Knicks team. He deserves to be an All-Star more than Jalen Brunson, in my honest opinion, because, he has the more impressive stats. Even though Jalen Brunson has been impressive as hell, I would give the nod to Julius Randle, and I think he deserves it more than Jalen Brunson based on, eye test stats and how it fits together all and everything. But it's just 7 guys. It's hard to pick everyone. We have to make decisions, and my decision is Julius Randle over Jalen Brunson from the Knicks as an All-Star. Next, we have Tyrese Haliburton. This writes itself. The Pacers were one of the better teams in the East and in the playoffs when he played, and without him, they're 2-10 and out of the play-in. He's been that good. 20 points, 4 rebounds, 10 assists, 48% from the field, 40% from the three-point line, 88% from the free throw line. He's been simply spectacular. And it's not just the stats, it's the eye test, the IQ of his. I would also say it's the leadership of Tyrese Haliburton that is just spectacular. And he deserves to be an All-Star. I would say he deserves to be an All-Star more and as much as Jaylen Brown and Joel Embiid over on this list. And yeah, I'll die on that hill. Tyrese Haliburton is the future, man. Next, I have Pascal Siakam. I went with Pascal Siakam because he was spectacular to start the season. Has gone off track a little bit since then, but he's been still really good, averaging 25, 8, and 6.5 on a struggling Raptors team in which a lot of players seem unhappy, and there are a lot of things going on, that we don't know behind the scenes, and I think he deserves to be an All-Star. 47% from the field, 32% from the three-point line, 77% from the free throw line. Still impactful as hell, pretty solid defensively, and he can do it all. I think the stats are great. He's still, not that far away from a playoff playing spot with Toronto. They're right there in the 10th, 9th, 8th, 7th place, and they can get there, and I think it should not really, impact that much, because I would like to give it to James Harden and Jrue Holiday, but at the same time, I feel like Pascal Siakam deserves it a little more. Maybe you disagree with me, and I get it. I would understand if you would say James Harden and Jrue Holiday with their impact on the winning side of the basketball, deserve it more, but I went with Pascal Siakam here, but I'm not mad at you if you went with James Harden or Jrue Holiday. Next, I have Bam Adebayo from the Miami Heat, as I went with him over Jimmy Butler because Jimmy has not played as much this season, even though his stats are really impressive. Even though Jimmy Butler's stats are still impressive, he played 10 less games than Bam Adebayo, and Bam Adebayo has been spectacular on both sides of the floor. He's still one of the best defenders in the league, even though his, overall drive defense has taken a little step back, but just a little step back for much better offense. He's averaging 21.5 points per game, 10 rebounds, 3 assists, 54% from the field. He's shooting 10% from the three-point line, but he does not shoot that many of them, and 79% from the free throw line. Let me just point out that the points are a career high, the rebounds are almost at a career high. He's averaging 1.5. He's averaging a steal, a block a game pretty much, and he's averaging less fouls than last year. He's been spectacular for the Heat, who are now, on a pretty good streak, and it's a lot thanks to his play and his better offensive play. He deserves to be an all-star in my honest opinion. And last but not least, we go to the most controversial one that is probably gonna cause some, well, not much because I'm a small YouTube channel, but, that would cause the most outrage if I was, a huge YouTuber, and it's Trae Young. I think Trae Young's stock has gone really down this season, but I'm still high on Trae Young's stock this season. In my opinion, he's still an incredible player, still just one of the best offensive weapons in the league, and I think he's been a little disrespected throughout these last couple of years. Of course, his shooting splits are not great this season. He has to force a lot of tough shots due to a lot of unprecedented circumstances. There is a lot of messy stuff going on in Atlanta's front office, which we have to talk about at some point, but I still have not gotten into it because there is just way too much I want to do and not enough time to do it. Oh, maybe that is, but I don't want to overdo it at the same time. I don't want to do 10 videos a day just because, I mean, at the same time, is it just, overdoing it? Let's not get off track here. Trae Young is averaging 27 and 10 on 43% shooting from the field, 32% from the three-point line, and 88% from the free throw line. He's not had the best year shooting the basketball, of course, but he's still averaging 9 and he's still averaging almost 10 assists, which is, close to his best. He's playing better defense, even though, of course, it's not gonna be the best defense you'll see, but he's still playing some really solid defense, in my honest opinion, and he's been disrespected a lot. But I think he's playing with much more effort this year on the defensive side of the floor, but there have been just so many injuries for the Hawks, some coaching stuff. You can say his, altercation with Nate McMillan is more on him than Nate McMillan, but I think Nate McMillan has really underperformed as the coach of the Hawks this year, and with the way, the injury gods have not blessed Atlanta this year, I think he deserves to be an all-star for, just keeping them afloat a little bit. They're still in the plane, still at 500. They still have a good chance to climb up the standings, and he's kept them afloat, in my honest opinion. Of course, his numbers are down from last year, but not that down for me to say he does not deserve to be an all-star over James Harden, over Jrue Holiday. I would say he deserves to be more than Jrue Holiday. If you want to argue James Harden, I can see your points with James Harden effect on winning and on this Philadelphia 76ers offense that is really great. But in my honest opinion, Trae Young has been better than him, better than Jrue Holiday, better than Jaylen Brown, better than Jimmy Butler this season, and he deserves to be an all-star, but he'll probably not be if we're keeping it real. If I had to, guess, have an educated guess, I would say Trae Young and Pascal Siakam may not be all-stars, and it may be James Harden and a Jrue Holiday, maybe someone else. I don't know, but the other 5 guys I'm pretty confident in. I'm pretty confident Joel Embiid, Jaylen Brown, Julius Randle, Tyrese Haliburton, and Bam Adebayo are gonna be the all-star reserves, but the last 2 spots I'm not confident in my picks, but this is who I would pick, and that's why it's my channel. So let me know your thoughts. Who should be the all-star reserves for the Eastern Conference? Let me know why I'm wrong about Trae Young, I guess. Let me know why I'm right about Trae Young, if you agree with me, and just leave your thoughts about the all-star reserves here, and I'll see you all tomorrow.